Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another 90-day Fiancé recap. Before we begin, I just want to start off by saying happy 4th of July to everyone today. Happy Independence Day. Hope everyone has a great day. Be safe out there and have fun barbecuing, fireworks, family time, services, and everything. Happy 4th of July, everybody. So I want to do this video today. Going to be trying to get through it a little quicker. This episode of 90 Day Fiancé, not too exciting, but still enough to talk about. We're gonna start with I'm gonna start with Bilal and Shida. Bilal and Shida. So Shida and Bilal, they're just drained from with all the bickering and fighting, the prenuptial agreement and everything. So basically, in this episode, we've seen Bilal start sleeping. Just like he's just like mentally drained at this point. He's just like out of it. Shida's just trying to like wake him up to do something exciting. So in this episode, it starts off with the kids. With the kids and Shida playing outside and stuff. Shida came up with the idea, like, why don't we do some like family yoga together? So, and Shida's a yoga instructor from Trinidad, so Shida does like some like yoga techniques with the kids and Bilal just to get their minds right and just to like release some of that negative energy. So Shida does that. The kids have fun with it. Then the kids start playing around and stuff. Bilal is still like mentally drained. He had fun, but he's just still mentally drained from everything. So that was all we seen out of that. Then later, we seen Shida and Bilal's ex-wife Shahida talk. Shahida came over to the house to talk to Shida, and they talked about the prenuptial agreement. Now Shahida, she came in with a little bit of an attitude, just a little bit of an attitude. They talked about the prenup, and she was just like, "Listen, I know Bilal, I don't know how much Bilal has taught to you about me and whatever. I'm just here to look after my kids." And Shida's like, "Yeah, like as a mother, and I respect you because the kid, my future husband, you're the mom of my future husband's kids, so I gotta respect you and all that." So she was kind of talking to Shida about Bilal's prenup and all that, and it was just like she came in with a little attitude. But the thing is that I'm now convinced that Shida is not a gold digger. Shida is here for the right reasons. She's not here to like take all of his stuff or whatever and everything. Like, cause she says she's been pretty successful in her life over in Trinidad. So like, she doesn't like need all of this negative energy that's going on with her. So I kind of feel I feel for her with that. So yes, do I think her and ex-wife should talk? Yes. But just for the reason of the kids, that's all about it. And that's where I think that Shahida was looking at, just like whatever goes on, I just want to make sure my kids are going to be okay. So, but again, Shida's just drained out from all of it. Bilal's drained out of it. Yeah. But that was all we've seen out of them. Next, I want to talk Eve and Muhammad. And this episode, it starts off with they're at this little gym place where Eve's son Darren plays. Remember, Eve's son Darren has Down syndrome, and this little fun place that he does helps him with that. And him and Muhammad were having fun at the place. It was like some kind of jumping place. They're just jumping around and doing some fun activities. It was nice. So then after the activity, they get in the car, and Eve tells Muhammad that they have to push back the wedding another month because their venue had fell through and stuff. And that irritated Muhammad. Muhammad was furious because he wants to get married quick so he can start working and everything and get his green card, as he says, but he just wants like a courtside wedding. Eve wants something a little bit bigger, so they're not agreeing on that. And then so later we seen Muhammad go to the mosque and meet up with his friend from the mosque, and they talk about everything. And then he like confesses and starts crying that he misses his mom and that his dad passed away before, so like he's like really trying to adjust here, and it's not going that well. And to me, like I understand, like I've been hard on Muhammad, and rightly so, and I still am. But I understand like how homesick he is, and and that this is completely different from him. But he needs to work on the way he speaks to Eve, and the fact that and I like the fact that he wants to work. He wants to work here. I mean, that's all well and good, but you need to spend, and I know that process takes a long time, but you got 90 days to get married. Your relationship and the marriage, you guys, and they've been fighting so much. There's basically been a cultural clash since he's gotten here. So I understand the end result, but he needs to really make sure that she's happy and stuff. So he can't. I mean, he seems like a guy who basically got everything he wanted in his life. So now he's not getting everything he wants now, and he's just not being able to accept it. So I think that he needs to have a little bit more patience. But yeah, and learn how to talk to Eve a little bit better. So, and based on the next episode, I think there'll be way trouble in paradise. So I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. So that was Eve and Muhammad. Next, it was Jabri and Miona. So this episode, we seen Jabri meet up with his grandmother, and I love his grandmother is awesome. Like she was so awesome. They go out to the woods, to the park, just sat and talk. The grandmother's like, I don't know if you're happy or not. Like I want to see you happy, and Jabri's just like, it's just, I don't know. And time is ticking. I think they only got a couple of weeks left on their K1, so he has to make a decision. Jabri's having so many doubts about Miona and stuff. His grandmother was just trying to get him to see a different perspective, a different light out of it. And his grandmother was so nice. She was like, no matter where you go, if you want to have the beach wedding or just here, whatever, how about I officiate your wedding? She offered to officiate his wedding, and that just, Jabri just lit up when he said that, when she said that. So, I love his grandmother. I think Jabri's grandmother is awesome, and that was so nice of her. So later, Jabri and Miona meet up at a restaurant, and they just start talking, and Miona is just frustrated because Jabri came at Miona and is like, you know what, you need to give me space, and I need to give you space, and you need to accept that. If I'm in the studio, don't be texting me and calling me, this and that. And at first, when I was thinking that, at first I was just like, don't. How much space do y'all got? Y'all been fighting. You've been all over the place. So I feel like she's been having a lot of space, to be honest with you. But whatever. But Miana was like, okay, yeah, I think you're right. I do need to take a step back and trust that or whatever. And then they started talking about the wedding and stuff. And, Miana kept on saying, I'm tired of your family and friends just, getting involved in my business. And this is my wedding. And Jabri stopped her and said, stop saying my. Stop saying my. Okay. And Miana was like, okay, our wedding. I'm like, thank you. So, it's yes, there's a little bit of selfishness going on with, I think, both sides. But, yeah, but Jabri's just he needs to make a decision. He was like, I'm tired of going in circles, and we got to figure this out quick, because time is ticking. Time is very ticking. And, after that, they gave each other a kiss. That's the first time I've seen them kiss in a long time. So, yeah, so I don't know what their decision holds, but I think it's still not over. It's still not over because the parents are going to keep getting involved. And, there's going to be a point where Miana just says, I can't take it no more. But I don't know who's going to crack first. But I think they're on a ticking time ball with them. So, yeah, that was Jabri and Miana. Next up, we're going to talk about Ari and Benny. So, last episode, Leandro, Ari's ex-husband, comes. And he, how uncomfortable Benny is with Leandro around. I feel like Ari should just be with Leandro. That's her best friend. Their divorce was just over nothing. They really didn't broke up over nothing, really. Just traveling to different places all the time and stuff, You know, Ari seems more happier when he's around, and Benny is more jealous when he's around. So it's just a weird situation. So this episode with them, it started out like they were about to go dress shopping. Leandra was going to take Ari dress shopping, but Ari's just like, I'm not feeling good. And Benny was like, "What's going on? Like, you've been in the bathroom a lot." So yeah. So Leandro asked a weird question. He asked, like, "Have you had your woman time of the month lately?" And I was just like, "Oh my god, no." So then he asked Benny, "Do you guys want to have more kids?" And Benny got upset, said, "I don't want to talk about that. That's private." He was like, "Okay." So Benny and Leandra decide to go to the pharmacy to pick up a pregnancy test for Ari, which is weird. So my ex-husband and my future husband going to go get me a pregnancy test. This is so weird. Yes, because you make it weird like that. So Leandra and Benny drive off to the pharmacy to get the test, and then in the car they talking about kids. Do you want to have more kids? And Benny talking about he wants to have 10 kids. 10 kids. And I'm like, dude, you better be kidding. You better be kidding. Nobody wants to have 10 kids. Like, that's not good on the body. That's just, he wants to have 10 kids. And he was like, Leandra was like, "I don't think you know Ari that well." And Benny's like, "I don't think you know Ari that well." And going back and forth at that. So anyway, they get back home. Ari takes the pregnancy test. It comes out negative. So cool. No, they're not pregnant. The rumors can stop with that. Ari and Benny are not pregnant again. So after that, Leandra finally went home, and Benny was just on cloud nine after he went home. Leandra goes home. Ari and Benny go to a restaurant, and they talk about that. Benny is like, "I do want to have more kids," and Ari's like, "Well, we're not financially stable to have another kid right now, And then you want to have 10 kids? Like, yeah, I want to have 10 kids. I'm like, we're clearly not on the same level with anything that we're doing. And Benny was like, "Well, why are you marrying me then? Like, we're not on the same level and stuff." So, I mean, I love Ari and Benny. It's just like they, and I hate to admit it, but I agree. Like, they're just not on the same page with anything. Like, like Benny's mind is one way. Ari don't know what the heck she's doing. Like it's just, like, I don't know. Like, they neither one of them really know what they're doing in their lives right now. And, it's hard for me to pick and choose who I think is right and who I think is wrong. I think that they're both right and wrong at the same time. Neither one of them know what they're doing, and it's just not working out right now. So, and I love them, and I hope they do work it out, but it's just not working out with them. So, I mean, and they got a little bit more time left, but still, like, I wonder with them. So yeah, that was Ari and Benny. Next we seen was Kara and Guillermo. Now, they only had one scene together. Kara took Guillermo to this rodeo down in Virginia. And Guillermo, like, he's never been, well, he has been to a place like that, but it was a bull riding, basically. But Guillermo, he just, like, it was a nice little country feel. Like, the national anthem was playing, and Guillermo was just like, when he heard the national anthem, he was just like, wow, like, this is an amazing country. This is, like, why I'm here and stuff. And that was just so, hearing that was just so powerful to me. So, and then he got to go eat some hot dogs, hamburgers, nachos and stuff. Like, he was just like, this is why I'm here. Like, I love this. And like, seeing him like that, that's, he's here for the right reasons. Guillermo, and he wants to work. He's here for the right reason. He loves Kara. That was just awesome. And I was happy that he got to experience that. He's the true example of, like, the people who come here on this K1 visa and foreign. Like, he's a true example of being here for the right reasons. From not coming, you don't get much from Venezuela and the Dominican Republic, and when you come here to something like and see the cool things like that, So I was out, that it touched my heart to see him just embrace where he's at right now, So, and Kara's just, like, being more reasonable with them and agreed to meet in the middle when it comes to their wedding. because Guillermo wants to have a big wedding and Kara wants to have a small wedding. And again, that's usually it's the other way around. It's usually the guy wants the small wedding and the girl wants the big one, but with them it's the other way around. It's like she wants the small one, he wants the big one. So Kara agreed to meet them in the middle when it came to that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So they're gonna meet in the middle, just probably maybe like a church wedding. They get to a hall, something like that, you know. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and I was happy for them. And they're, if anybody, you know, I was watching Pillow Talk last night. I think Tim and Veronica was saying on Pillow Talk, like, if anybody from this season that's gonna make it, it's Kara and Guillermo, and I agree with that. My favorite couple. Next up is my second favorite couple, that Patrick and Thais. Patrick and Thais, they just got back from Vegas. And, you know, Patrick is still not happy with Thais for not telling her father that she's getting married. You know, and he's not going to let that go. And he had told Thais, if you don't tell him, we're not getting married and everything. So Patrick meets up with his brother John and this other guy, and they talk about what happened in Vegas and stuff. And, you know, they live with the brother John, and John talking this country. Why haven't she talked to him like that? Come on, man. Rah, rah, rah. He was just, you know, everybody likes John. Everybody likes this John guy. Like, and I'm just like, he means well, but he just gets into the business a little bit too much. And, you know, let me talk to her and all that, whatever. So, you know, they meet up for drinks and stuff, and then they go back to the house, and Thais is cooking stroganoff for both of them, for Patrick and John. And John comes in and starts like basically harassing her, really, saying, what you doing, cooking stroganoff? And then she's putting ketchup and mustard in it. And yeah, I never seen ketchup and mustard in stroganoff, because I used to have stroganoff a lot when I was a kid, and I never seen ketchup and mustard in it, but it must be like a Brazilian style thing. But he was harassing her cooking that, and, you know, she was frustrated. And then he had brought up that you haven't told your father that you and Patrick aren't getting married and stuff. And she was like, nope, I haven't, and it's not your business. And, you know, John does make a good point to her, saying, you know what, he basically said, you know what, if you don't tell him, this is going to fall back on Patrick, because your dad, because Patrick's the guy, your dad is going to have some kind of resentment towards Patrick and blame him and not going to like him because of that. You know, so, and I thought, yes, that is a very, very good point, and that is true. I think Thais not telling her dad that they're getting married is going to fall back on Patrick, and that's not fair, because Patrick wants that, and, you know, and the dad is not going to believe that. So I do agree with John when it came to that, but, you know, the way that he speaks to Thais, like, you know, them two just bicker and fight all the time. You know, but I think he needs to, like, John needs to, there's not been a scene that I haven't seen John not drunk, to be honest. So, but he did make a valid point that it is going to fall back on Patrick. So Patrick returns, they eat dinner, you know, and they start talking about it, and Thais is getting frustrated with the conversation. Then John and Patrick John brings up the fact that he wants to have a bachelor party for Patrick and everything. You know how bachelor parties are. You got exotic dancers, you got all the guys, and, you know, they were talking about that and talking about the father thing. And Thais overheard the conversation and came in and flipped out on John, saying, you need to worry about yourself. And then when they talked about the bachelor party, she was like, I would kill you. She's like, if you have a bachelor party, we're done. I'm going back to Brazil. You know, because, you know, Thais, she's a little jealous. Like, she's not, you know, she don't want Patrick being around any other girl. And, you know, Patrick made a good point. Like, there is not going to be any exotic dancer or anybody that will compare to Thais anyway. Because Thais is she's so beautiful, like, extremely beautiful. Like, yeah, and I agree. There wouldn't be nobody to compete with that. So, yeah. So, yeah, Patrick and Thais, I do think Thais really needs to tell her dad about this, like, soon. Because Patrick said that if she doesn't tell him that we're not getting married, you know, and you know what, and I don't blame Patrick for that. I don't blame him at all. So yeah, but and I agree, Thais, and I agree with her point about the bachelor party thing because Thais is just a beautiful woman. Like I said, I still have a crush on Thais. Sorry, Patrick, if you're watching, but I have a crush on your fiance slash wife. so, but it's okay. It's okay. But yeah. So the brother John. Brother John, he needs to back off a little bit, but he did make a good point. Apparently, he's the MVP of the season. Everybody loves him. I don't see it, so yeah. So I think I got all the couples. Emily and Kobe were not in this episode. So I'm just seeing if did I forget anything. We talked Bilal and Shida. We talked Jabri Miona, Eva Muhammad, Ari and Benny, and Patrick and Thais. So I think I got everybody in this episode. So that was 90 Day Fiance last night. We're getting closer to the end. I know Kara and Guillermo only got a couple days left really before they get married. So based on the previews, so we'll see how that goes. And a couple weeks left of the season before the tell-all. And I'm excited for the end of the season, and then maybe in the next month or so, we'll be on I think Happily Ever After is going to be coming back. It's either going to be Happily Ever After or the other way. We'll see, but I'm excited. I'm ready for the tell-all. I'm ready to see who really made it, who's making it, who's doing well, who's going to be Happily Ever After and everything. So I'm excited for what's to come. So thank you guys for watching. Again, happy 4th of July, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday for Catfish. So be sure to watch and have a great day.